So in this video, I just want to turn our attention to arithmetic operators. Now, arithmetic operators are quite basic, but yet we do come across the odd operator, which looks slightly different. And we need to be aware of all the arithmetic operators when we're about to go into our Paper 2 GCSE exam. So I'm going to start off with 4 very basic arithmetic operators, and then we'll look at 3 more quite interesting operators and see how we can write them and include them in our Python code. So I'm going to start off here nice and easy with the addition. So you can see that I've included the symbol used for each one of these operators as we go. So let me create a quick variable. Let's call it addition, keep it nice and easy. And of course, let's start with something like 6 plus, just like basic mathematics, 4. And then let's just test the program works by going print the addition variable. And of course we should get the result of 10. Perfect. So simply enough, when using the addition, it is going to be a plus symbol, just like mathematics. And it's very similar with subtraction. You're just basically going to use the minus symbol. So let's create a quick subtraction equals, let's do 20 minus 9. And then we'll go print subtraction variable. There we go. And then let's give it a quick run. And we get 11. Because 20 minus 9 gives us 11. So the first 2 are pretty nice, pretty plain, pretty straightforward. So now we're going to move on to the multiplication. And as you can see, the symbol is slightly different to a standard multiplication you would do in maths, let's say. We don't use the times, we use instead the asterisk. Some people refer to it as a star. So let's create a variable. Multiplication equals, let's do 5 asterisk is the symbol. You can get that by holding down the shift and the 8 key. And let's do it by 3. Let's print the multiplication variable. And of course, we should have the answer of 15. Quickly run it, and there we go. Perfect. So we've got there the multiplication is used by using an asterisk. And the last one here is the division symbol. So it's going to move down slightly. And as you can see, it is a forward slash. There is no divide symbol, the old line dot dot. That's not a thing in basic programming. We instead use a forward slash. Now this would in fact return a decimal number. So let me give you a quick example. Let's create my variable division equals, let's do 100 divided by 10, and let's print my variable. And as I said, this will not return a whole number. This will in fact return a float, a decimal number. So yes, we're going to see the result of 10 here, but with a 0.0 at the end. Let me run this, and there is the output there. So I want you to remember this one for when we start looking at a different type of arithmetic operator called the integer division in just a moment. So those are the first 4. Very simple, very basic. It's just knowing how to use them and which operator to use. So let's move on now to the next 3 operators. So here are the next 3. We're now going to take a look at the modulus, which uses the percentage symbol, the exponent, which uses double asterisk, and then we're going to finish off with the integer division, which uses 2 forward slashes. So starting off with the modulus, also referred to as the modulo or mod, is used to return the value of the remainder of a division. So let me say that again. What the modulo will do is it will return the remainder of a division. So let me give you an example. Let's create a quick variable there. And let's do, for example, 12 modulo 10. So of course what this is going to do, it's going to divide 12 by 10. And of course there's only one 10 in 12, but there will be a remainder of 2. So what will happen here when I press run is it will return the remainder of this calculation, which will be 2. There we go. So let me give you another example. Let's change this now to a 16. and let's change it to a 5. So now we're going to do 16 divided by 5, but return the remainder. So of course there are 3 5s in 16 with a remainder of 1. The modulus now will output the remainder, which is 1. And there we go. So that is what the modulo does. It takes a division and returns the remainder of that division. Moving on, we've got the exponent, and it is using 2 asterisks. This is the exact same as using to the power of. So for example, if we were just to create a quick variable, let's go exponent, and let's go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2's here. This is 2 to the power of 6. Okay, so let me quickly output this result of 2 to the power of 6 and run, and we've got 64. Okay, but instead of doing it this way, what we can use is the exponent. So we can go, let's go with exponent version 2. Let's do that, and let's go 2 to the power of 6. Oh, and of course we need to output the exponent version 2. Perfect. Okay, so when we run this code now, what we're going to see is when we run line 8 and of course line 10, we're going to see 2 to the power of 6, which is 64, what we said here. But then when we run line 9 and line 11, we're going to see 2 to the power of 6, and again output 64. So let's give it a quick run, and there we go. We've got our 64 from output of line 10 and 64 from 2 to the power of 6 on line 11. So that is the power there of the exponent. It is 2 asterisks, and like we've done here, it is used to work out the power of 2 values. Let's move on to the final arithmetic operator, and it is the integer division, which uses 2 forward slashes. Now when we did division previously, we used the example of 100 divided by 10. So as we found out when we ran this, code, we get a decimal number, a float, 10.0. But if we use the double forward slash, which refers to an integer division, we will just get the output of 10. Let's run it, and there we go. So you can see there that the double forward slash returns an integer division, a whole number. Now another example of this, if we take, let's say 10 divided by 9 as an example. So this, of course, this type of division will return a decimal number. Let me just show you and give you an example. There we go. So if we do 10 divided by 9, it returns a value of 1.111111111112. But if we change this to a integer division using the 2 forward slashes, it's going to return the value as an whole number. It's going to round it down and will just return the value of 1. Let's test it, and there we go. So that is the power of the integer division, only returning whole numbers. So I hope this video has now gave you a better insight into how to use arithmetic operators. I hope it's allowed you to get more comfortable with using the modulo, the exponent, and also integer division and the symbols which are also used to describe those arithmetic operators in coding. Last touch I'd probably like to add is possibly in exam papers, when referring to these arithmetic operators as, let's say, pseudocode, familiar words such as mod in full capital letters are used, as we also might see the odd phrase of div also being used in as pseudocode. So again, I hope this video has helped you. Yeah. enjoy. Go and give it a go yourself at using and playing with these arithmetic operators.